Good morning, CV Lives. We are live. We are headed to work. It's the parent conference week for me. So, yeah, I kind of said I would get back to you guys all the time, and I didn't. But yeah, parent conference week. Thank you for joining me on my live stream. I'm behind this login truck. It's pretty early, 7:17. Early Monday morning. So we are here in the CV, the Central Valley, aka the Southern San Joaquin Valley of California, where we grow everything. Almonds, pistachio. We got more cows than we do people here in Tulare County, here in the middle of California. We have orange trees, we got lemon trees, we got pistachios, we got almonds, we got it all. We grow alfalfa, we grow cotton. Anyhow, here we are going off to work, and I like this image right here. Look at that. We got our logging trucks here in California. Hey, Miss Southern Belle, I saw you go live last night. Kind of late for me, but yeah. I think I jumped in for like a split second, so I didn't stick around, but thank you. I got to get back to my, gotta start doing more lives. You know what? It's I grew up in Los Angeles, and you know Los Angeles is pretty gritty. And I moved up here with my wife, and I think I had 2 kids at that time. I got more now. Hey, Bud, thank you, Bud, for showing up. You're an awesome supporter, Bud. Yeah. Hey, Bud, you guys gonna go do another graveyard pretty soon, or anything like that? So yeah, Oh, thank you, Miss Southern Belle. Hey, you know what? I got parent conferences, so today the days are short. I wrapped up my report cards, and no grade inflation, just whatever the offered is extra credit and whatever. And so those are wrapped. Hopefully, everybody else submitted their grades by midnight last night. Parent conferences this week, so we'll see. I have about 7 confirmed. The other ones are trying to play games with me. And I said, I don't negotiate, man. You bring me your paper. I follow paper. So those guys that don't, basically by Wednesday, they're going to start losing their, I'm not going to be in violation of California law yet, not till next year, but, taking away their recess. But I'm going to take away their recess because, monkey was, I don't talk to my parents much. I said, you know what? That is an issue between you and your parents, huh? Because I need your parents here, not you. I don't need you here. I got you every day. Got you here for 180 days sitting in front of me. I need your parents so we can go over the report cards. Anyways, that's what I have looking forward to. I think the student that I'm referring to, she's got great grades. So it's just reeling in these parents. These parents, it's a whole different generation now, guys. I was born in the 70s. That doesn't make me a boomer or anything like that, but man, come on, people. This new generation, millennials and X-Geners and these other, I've been, this is my 29th year, Southern Belle. 29th year. So next year, come September, be the beginning of my 30th year, and I tell people I'm too young to retire, because you can't retire here in California for the pension until you're at least 60, or else there's a multiplier. It means you multiply your years times your salary, blah blah blah, you're gonna get peanuts. And if you can live off of peanuts, so you basically have to go at least till 60 or a little past 60. That way, because we have an excellent pension here. I mean, it is one of the few jobs still left in the United States of America with a pension, and a real good pension, Oh, yeah, teenagers. I used to teach the high schoolers for a while, and it was like my 13, 14-year-olds, then I'd go to the high schoolers, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Man, that was a big extreme a couple nights a week. But I just do adult in the evenings, certain nights now. And then the daytime, 8th grade. 13, 14-year-olds. They can be somewhat substitute. You know what? The poor substitute teachers, those kids take advantage of the poor subs. I know it all the time because, you know, they don't have the same weight, same pull of the poor subs. When I was a sub, because I was a regular teacher, I would sub during my off time. But, you know, it's survival. They call it sub survival. Only retired cop. Bless him. You know, I mean, bless him for his service too. You know, I mean, I believe in the rule of law, and if you serve your country and you serve it well, as long as you're not out there doing what those guys did on January 6th, bless them with everything they should have. Yeah, I mean, those guys really. I used to be a highway patrol explorer when I was like 18 through 20 something, in my early 20s. And there were a couple of times we did ride-alongs. Maybe that was the thing we all tried to do, as many ride-alongs as we could with the highway patrol. Yeah, you have to go through the background and all that, and a little training. But, you know, just a few times that it was, you know, it's kind of a exhilarating thing, you know, pretending you're Punch and John out there, Chips. But, yeah, you know, I had a few felony stops, a couple of those, other fires, deaths. So all those things shape you. You know, I was just a young person, 18, 19, 20, and all these little experiences just add to the person you are. Yeah, you know, that was my thing. I wanted to be a cop, and, you know, I don't know, I wasn't really into. All my brothers and I went to the same university. We all went to Cal State Northridge here in Southern California, in Los Angeles County. That's one of the larger CSUs, Cal State universities. They're all the Cal State system. And then I decided, well, let's see, 36,000 to work with kids, or 36,000 to be in the LAPD and get shot at. And I actually passed all the tests. Would have to go to the academy, you know, get whooped, you know, get screamed at, and go through the hazing process. But I said, you know what? I think teaching's a better deal. There you go. My mom used to clean houses, and she did it, and she helped with her earnings back when we were little kids. My dad started a business in Los Angeles. We had I guess what you call it, like a meat market, right? Now these things have grown from a Mexican meat market into like a supermarket. Like, if you ever get a chance, Vallarta is huge Mexican markets. There's all kinds in California, and you know where huge concentration of the population is. But my mom contributed her 25% of that to get the business started. I don't know if my dad ever took that into account. And later on, my mom went back to that, turned a little extra money after my dad disappeared for a bit. Then he came back. The old man came back. Walking dogs, I've never done walking dog. My daughter would love to see that. She's my two youngest daughters, my middle daughter and my youngest daughter. I don't know about the oldest one. The older ones, I don't think she'd be into that. No, you know, California, the problem with California is there's too many Democrats, right? Now, I'm a Democrat. So we would all jam each other up, and it would be basically a feast off. And the guys that you have, like Governor Gavin Newsom, you know, people outside go, oh, he's liberal. No, they're not liberal. He's Catholic like I am, and he's not liberal. Just his rights and things. I said, liberal would be like, I've seen liberal. Woo, boy, man, I've seen liberal. I'm even like, whoa, that's a little even liberal for my blood. But there's just too many jockeying at the same time. And you have to have the party behind you, and a lot of money, because California is so huge. You got to reach all these markets. And politicians, yeah, I've done that too. I ran for office and lost. Oh, house sit. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, you know, I've been doing this for 29 years, got that second job, and I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was telling you, actually, I don't know if you follow Epiphany Card Collector. He's also on my thing. We were talking about unemployment. I was never qualified for any of these programs. Unemployment. I'm not lucky enough. I guess I earned too much, or I just don't meet the criterion when I've needed it. So I have that secondary job, and any hustle I can do at work. I don't turn down any little side action that I can get, like covering a class, which is like subbing for a teacher who's out. But I was unemployed for 9 months, and man, it was rough. A friend of mine he's a landscaper, and he let me work on Wednesdays in his route, and he gave me like $50 until I figured out what I was going to do with, figure it out. I eventually did. I went back into the Catholic schools, and that blessed that, and I got that pension coming in 2 years. So we'll figure out what I'm going to do with that money. Probably move it over into my pots that I got now. No, oh, well, you know what? Kind of, Southern Belle. I used to work for a place that might even be over there. There's a lot of these tutoring places like Kuman, and I used to work at Sylvan Learning Center. I did that for a long time, and I need to pick up a little side action, because here's the deal with us teachers in California, and PERS and STRS employees. PERS is Public Employees Retirement System, and STRS is State Teacher Retirement System. So those are two big pensions. We fall under the Windfall Elimination Act, meaning the government doesn't want you to get your Social Security if you earned it and earn a pension. So it's like you got to take either one. So I need to get 2 more quarters to get my Social Security. I tell people, well, I'm not going to give up 38 credits, 38 quarters. If I can get those 2 quarters, I'll get something in Social Security. Plus, I'll get the medical. Because that's what we all, at age 65, we all get on the medical. I don't want, people whine about Obamacare and this care. Well, we all end up on the federal plan. Unless you're super rich and you buy your own private insurance, but you still end up on that one because it's still free. Just like rich people still get their Social Security. There's a cap. The most you can get in Social Security is $4,000. So I know people that make $20,000 a month in their jobs that they have running hospitals or whatever but when they retire, they're not going to take 20. So some people never stop working. So yeah, that's the thing about retirement. It's coming, man. It's coming. I speak only Spanish, English and Spanish, little bits of other things. I understand Italian, obviously, and Portuguese. French, I don't quite get that. It's different. They say Portuguese is, because here where I live in California, we have a heavy Portuguese population. So we have festas, like in Spanish you'd say fiesta, but the Portuguese pronounce it festa. There's lots of Portuguese folks out here in this part of California. Hanford, Tipton, these little towns right here in the middle of California. I think San Jose, I heard also. There's a lot of Portuguese from the Azores. My oldest daughter, Melissa, she sent her off to Brazil. She learned Portuguese. Then she was in Italy. She learned Italian, obviously using her Spanish and her English. And she knows like 4 or 5 languages now. And she works for Delta. She's a flight attendant for Delta, and that's where she's at now. She's based out of Seattle, so she just travels. How old is she? 20. She's 25 right now, so she just travels. She just travels and speaks her languages and travels all over the world. Literally, that girl travels everywhere. I used to know sign language, believe it or not. Man, I got it very diverse. So, I'm a big believer in this use it or lose it. Well, when I was working at a bank, when I was 18, 19, my indexer, which would be the person that indexes what I scanned, my work that I scanned, that person, they were deaf. And so they would speak to me in sign language. I had to learn sign language to be able to communicate. So I learned the alphabet and da-da-da-da. And I did, but they say if you don't use it, you lose it. I remember very little. That was a long time ago. I regret not picking up a little part-time job on the side, even some crappy one, because it would have got me my 2 quarters. Now I got to figure out what I got to do for 2 quarters. But hey guys, we are here at school now in Southern Belle. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to sign off. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on my ride. I'm going to jump in on your next live for sure. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. Have a great day. Blessed day. Bye-bye. 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 Don't forget, pack-a-day, CB baseball card collector. Pack-a-day, pack-a-day.